Over the Christmas holidays, something came across my social media feed, one of those on this day kind of posts, and it said, on this day, December 30th, 1924, American astronomer Edwin Hubble made a shocking announcement. After reviewing photographic data that he had been collecting at the 100-inch wide telescope, that's over 9 feet wide, telescope that existed on Mount Wilson in Southern California, he made a discovery. At that time, with the technology that existed, it was believed that our galaxy, the Milky Way, was the galaxy. It was the only one. That there were bubbles of gas in space that were illuminated by nearby stars. A guy named Charles Messier, a French astronomer, had begun a catalog of Messier objects, they were called, starting with 45 of them in the 18th century that had steadily grown as telescopes improved. And by 1924, there was 110 objects known in the northern hemisphere of the sky. He announced, Hubble that is, that M31 out of that catalog, known as the Andromeda Nebula, wasn't a nebula at all. It wasn't even in the Milky Way, that it was 2.5 million light years away. It was actually another galaxy. As a result of this discovery, we needed a whole new word to describe the universe. Now, amazingly, the announcement went almost unnoticed by the scientific community. It was buried in some back page of the New York Times. Hubble's never really was recognized for this achievement. His fame and fortune came from other discoveries in physics and in astronomy. But it was the start of an increasingly bigger and bigger picture of what we call the universe. Now, fast forward to 1993, the Hubble Space Telescope, named after Edwin Hubble, was being repaired by the Space Shuttle. And they wanted to test and calibrate one of the new devices called a deep field camera. So they picked a spot in the sky thought to be fairly dark, and they aimed it at this tiny patch of sky about the size of the head of a pin held at arm's length. And they left it open, the camera that is, for 10 days collecting light. When the picture was finally produced, astronomers were flabbergasted. Almost every speck that you see in this picture is a galaxy filled with billions of stars. Astronomers began to realize that there were more stars, there were more galaxies in the universe than they had even imagined. Just last week, astronomers imaged a galaxy believed to be the furthest away that we've ever imaged. It's called GNZ11, not a terribly great name, but it's estimated to be 13.4 billion light years away, or 134 nonillion kilometers. That's 134 and then 30 zeros. The universe is thought to be 14.3 billion years old, and so this galaxy is one of the first to form, and the light from this galaxy has been traveling across the universe for nearly as long as the universe has existed. Now, things like this came to mind for me when I began our Bible reading program this year. The Old Testament part of that reading plan starts in Genesis, as you would imagine. And in Genesis chapter 1, verse 16, there is what I think is one of the greatest understatements in all of Scripture. In verse 14, we read, God made two lights, the greater light to govern the day and the lesser light to govern the night. And then it's added there just like an afterthought, as if it was nothing. He also made the stars.